Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. I see that firm's ads everywhere. His books are bestsellers. That advisor does all kinds of free seminars for retirees. She's on TV all the time. Ever heard anybody say things like this? When a financial advisor that has a radio or television show, or perhaps they're an author of financial books, when they become well known, it's easy to assume that you can trust that person's advice. But this isn't always the case. Recently, I was selected by an internet community site called moneytips.com as one of their top 50 social influencers. This is a list of professionals in the area of wealth and personal finance who use social media and other internet tools pretty effectively. Among the top 3 on this list are Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman, whose books and advice include a great deal of solid information to help people get out of debt, manage money well, and provide for their future. Many others in the top 50 are respected financial journalists and advisors. However, the list also includes a few advocates for high-risk investment methods, proponents of dubious get-rich-quick schemes, and purveyors of poorly researched advice. Those who put together the list focused on how well people established a presence on the internet and used technology to communicate. That's an assessment that's completely unrelated to the question of whether the advice or information being communicated was worthwhile or even right. Financial planning, just like any other field, has a solid core of professionals who quietly and ethically serve their clients. It also has its gurus, its outstanding marketers, and its fringe practitioners with extreme ideas. The challenge for consumers is not to assume fame and quality always go together. They don't. Here are a few suggestions for keeping a balanced perspective about famous or familiar financial faces. Number 1, knowing about a professional isn't the same as knowing a professional. Everyone you know may have heard of noted local advisor. That's not the same as being able to recommend him or her. Get recommendations firsthand from people who actually are clients of a firm or have used someone's plan or advice. Ask specific questions about what they've done and how it worked for them. Next, yes, there are shortcuts to building wealth, but they come with pretty high risks. For most of us, the best ways to build wealth are gradual and even pretty boring. Saving part of every paycheck, living on less than we earn, and investing for the long term in a well-diversified portfolio of differing asset classes. It's natural to wish for an easier, faster way, but that desire can make you more vulnerable to high-risk schemes and even scams. Third, even if a method of building wealth is perfectly legitimate and works for others, it is still possibly not a good fit for you. If you're a reclusive introvert, for example, sales isn't probably your best path to success. You may want to skip the latest and greatest MLM scheme. Fourth, apply the same common sense and skepticism to financial products or wealth building methods that you would use anywhere else. For example, you probably don't assume that a car's advertised gas mileage is what you'll actually get under real-world conditions. In the same way, it's a good idea to assume that your real-world results from a proposed investment or business might be lower than the advertised numbers. Finally, don't assume every financial guru is a crook. Many reputable professionals can teach you a great deal about marketing or about money, even though they're pretty good at marketing. Your job is to learn the financial basics so that you can evaluate them with some educated skepticism. Just keep in mind that a product or an idea isn't the same thing as the selling of that product or idea. They're two very different things. The true genius of some financial experts, after all, isn't finance, it's marketing. Thanks for joining me.